obviously need 21 runs off 11 balls, so it's 2 runs a ball, and another new batter in. But it's Matthew Cross on strike, and this will be key here to keep, what Ireland don't want at this stage now is a boundary, so let's see if we can get it into the block hole and keep it down to a single.
Shadows lengthening across the beautiful Malahide cricket ground pitch here as we head towards the early 5 o'clock local time, 4:45, and over the course of the next 10 to 15 minutes we're going to decide the winner of this GS Holding T20I Tri-Series. 21 to win off 11 deliveries. Full toss again, heaved into the deep. I wonder will the umpires look at each other. The end result could well just be a single here, remarkably. Again, that's got to be very close to a no ball.
That looked like a no ball from here, but again, the umpires, they haven't got anything wrong today. They've been very, very good, and they've let Mark Adair away with that one. And how that didn't go for 4 is beyond me. Great piece of fielding out there.
Yeah, good teamwork in the deep from Shane Getgate and George Dockrell. Getgate was the one that palmed it back in to Dockrell, who got the throw in, and remarkably, a waist-high full toss ends up with only a single after a previous waist-high full toss taking a wicket.
It's the old tag team there out in the deep with it, between the two guys. Great piece of fielding. Again, saving 3 runs, 3 valuable runs. And Mark Adair now having a chat to see where he's going to bowl this next delivery.
20 to win off 10, exactly 2 a ball required. The new man to the crease is Craig Wallace, who had a very tough day with the gloves. He can only get that one away for a single. So Ireland perhaps ahead of the game now for the first time. 19 to win off 9, more than 2 a ball needed.
Yeah, lovely delivery from Mark Adair. Low full toss is very difficult to hit, and certainly that's the length that we'd like to see him bowl. And hopefully he'll do that for the remainder of the over. He's got his 3rd man and his fine leg up in the circle, so that suggests that he is going to be bowling that sort of length with his last couple of deliveries.
You have to say that Adair's been fortunate. Both of those opening deliveries from this over could have easily been signalled no balls, but he's got the benefit of the doubt. He's got the rub of the green. Slower ball heaved into the deep. That's the bigger side of the ground. They're going to have to try and run hard for 2. Lorcan Tucker so fast on his feet restricts that to just a single. 4 deliveries gone in this over, just 3 runs. Ireland moving really into the ascendancy now. 18 to win off 8, Garfield.
This Irish crowd starting to get a wee bit excited now, Andrew. Definitely game on. Slower ball delivery there from Mark Adair. He's rolled his fingers across that, dug it into the pitch, and deceived the batter with his lack of pace. And 4 great balls so far for Ireland.
It's really good for me to see as well is Kevin O'Brien at mid-off, right next to the bowler. He's coming over to Mark Adair every ball, using all his experience, passing it on. Slower ball hit into the offside where David Delaney will do the fielding, and he'll just barely throw that into Wilson because it will be another single. Singles aren't enough for Scotland. 17 to win off 7 now.
Yeah, certainly advantage Ireland, but again, 1 boundary here changes everything. So 1 ball to go here from Mark in this over, and he'll be looking for a dot ball, or certainly at the very worst a single.
Can he get out of this over, Mark Adair? Just 4 runs coming from it so far on the wicket. He can, because that one angles into the pads. They'll probably try and come back for 2. Mark Adair picks up, but plenty of time to get back for 2. Even a direct hit would have seen them home. I think they'll be signalled leg boys. They will. What an outstanding over from Mark Adair. 4 runs off the bat, 6 runs in total. Means Scotland are going to need 15 to win off the final over. But remember, Garfield, we have a problem for Ireland. Who is going to bowl this final over?
Well, it will. I don't think I would be bowling any of my slower bowlers at this stage because with that short boundary, I just feel that would be too easy to clear the boundary if they get it out of the middle of the bat. So they're having a management meeting there in the middle. It's like a board meeting. Gary Wilson's in there.
Yeah, it's the Cricket Ireland Brains Trust there. You can see it. All the most experienced cricketers. That's Kevin O'Brien, George Dockrell, Gary Wilson, the captain, alongside Andrew Balbirnie. They can't decide who they want to bowl it. There's even the option, of course, of going to Kevin O'Brien himself. Would it be his first over of the week? It would be the 8th bowler used. Is Shane Getgate going to draw the short straw?
Well, Shane Getgate would be my man. But there's hats going on, there's hats coming off. There's guys with their back to the captain, maybe hoping they're not asked to bowl the over.
Well, Shane Getgate is the chosen one. He's going to have the responsibility to defend this total for Ireland and give them the first title they would have had in a long time. I was speaking to Chris Siddle, the Irish manager, before the start of the match, and he was saying he hasn't won many trophies in his time as Irish manager. The famous treble back in 2013, where Ireland held the Intercontinental Cup, the World Cup qualifiers, which was the World Cricket League Championship, and the ICC World T20 qualifier. They had the treble, but they haven't had much silverware in recent years, so he really wanted to win today to take this GS Holding T20I trophy. And for Ireland to do that, they're going to have to defend 13 or 14 or less runs. 14 will give us a tie, 13 or less will give Ireland the win, 15 or more is going to give Scotland the win. Huge pressure on Shane Getgate early in his international career.
Very much, Shane, but listen, he's a shrewd operator. Shane, he knows what he's doing. I'm sure Kevin O'Brien will be in his ear, letting him know where the ball should be bowled. It's interesting, at the minute it looks like he's still going to be bowling over the wicket, which to the right-hander for me is a wee bit strange at this stage.
Here we go, Shane Getgate for the final over of the match. Looks for the reverse scoop shot. That's a dot ball. Not sure if that was a good option from Wallace. He's only faced 2 deliveries. Third man is in the circle, so if he could have got bat on that, it probably would have run away for 4.
Great delivery from Shane Getgate. And again, you know, new batter in, Wallace just in, and he's trying the reverse the reverse scoop. Very difficult shot to play, even if you're on 50 or 60, but to do it in your second ball, difficult option.
It's brought about a change in the field. Third man goes back, mid-off comes up into the circle, and interestingly, Getgate is now coming over the wicket instead of around the wicket. In this over, he was expensive in his solitary over of the match so far when he came around the wicket. Berrington was very harsh on him, hitting him for a 6 and a 4, 15 to win off 5. Powered down the ground, mid-off and mid-on are in the circle, and that one's going to run away for a boundary 4. It keeps Scotland alive, 11 to win off 4. That's in the slot from Shane Getgate.
Yes, unfortunately it's just a good length delivery in the slot. Long mid-on and mid-off are inside the circle. There's nobody back, and for that length of delivery that he's just bowled, it's unfortunately 4 runs.
Yeah, it's a very interesting field because both third man and fine leg were back outside the circle, and we're going to see a change in the field again because Craig Young is going to come up into the circle at third man, and Andy Balbirnie will go back that long on. 11 to win off 4 now. Power down the ground, stopped with his right boot like a good footballer by Shane Getgate. He'll keep it to just a single, so it's going to be 10 to win off 3. Matthew Cross has batted through this entire innings. Can he get Scotland over the line?
Great comeback there from Shane Getgate. Saves himself 3 runs there, because if that had beat him, I'm not sure that George Dockrell would have got across there to stop that. So listen, this is shaping up very nicely. Andre, are we in for the super over?
I called it quite a while ago. I called it 5 or 6 overs to you, Garfield. I said all 3 results still possible. A reminder that if we end up with 9 runs from these 3 deliveries, we will have a super over. It's a full T20 international here, of course. 10 to win off 3. Scotland need a boundary. And it's going to be a boundary they'll get, because that's going to fly all the way for 6. It was a low full toss. That puts Scotland back on top. They need 4 to win off the final 2 deliveries. Swung away powerfully by Cross into the leg side. It clears the rope. It's a maximum 6.
Yes, Shane has just got that one slightly wrong, and he's paid the penalty. Low full toss on leg stumper just outside. It just helped along over the boundary for 6 runs. Now big advantage back in Scotland's favour. 2 balls to go, and they need 4 to win.
Yeah, just looking at our numbers in the background, over 60,000 people concurrently watching us right now. Huge numbers. Thank you for your support all around the world.
Great entertainment they're getting, Andrew.
4 to win off 2 deliveries. The entire series comes down to this. Inside edge has come off the bat, and we're going to have a single. You can see Alan Neil clearly indicate it's hit the inside edge onto the pad of Matthew Cross. Let's have a look at the replay.
Great delivery again from Shane Gatgett, right in the block hole. Just the inside edge saves him there from a absolute stone dead LBW.
Gary Wilson up to Shane Gatgett again. They're discussing their final delivery. Just to explain the situation here, it's 3 to win for Scotland off the final delivery, so an all-run 3, a boundary 4 or a boundary 6 will give Scotland the win, and they will take the GS Holding T20I Tri-Series crown. However, a wicket, a dot or a single will give Ireland the win. However, if we have a 2, a quickly run 2 into the deep, we will have a super over. We'll do it all over again, just like the World Cup final earlier this year. Great tension, great drama building here.
Big chance for Shane Gatgett here to be the hero of the day.
Final ball, it all comes down to Scotland need 3 to win. Looks for the scoop shot, doesn't get it. They're going to have to try and run 2. The first one sprinted, the second one comes back. Wilson takes off the bails. Ireland are going to win this series and win by 1 run. They had to come back for the second. An interesting choice of shot from Wallace. He didn't get any bat on it. Cross got back for 2, but because Wallace wasn't able to, really clever cricket, Gatgett tossed it to Wilson. Wilson takes off the bails. There's no third umpire needed there, and what that means is that Ireland are the champions of the GS Holding T20I series.
What a great delivery from Shane Gatgett, and then he follows it up. He runs, fields the ball, and then tag teams Gary Wilson, who runs the Scottish batsman out by at least half the length of the pitch. Great win from Ireland when it looked as if they were really, really up against it. Good one to be pulled out of the fire.
Yeah, what an interesting choice of shot from Craig Wallace. I'm not sure why he looked for the scoop. Surely if he could get it into the deep on the offside, he'd have got at least 2 and taken it to that super over. And Scotland are distraught. Wallace and Cross can't quite believe it. Cross is going to be the man who ends up 66 not out. Wallace was the 1 run out, and the end result of all of that is that Ireland win by 1 run.
1 run, what a game of cricket. 2 great teams who flat out with each other here today. Absolutely, the Irish team absolutely delighted, because I have to say the last 4 or 5 overs there, they looked behind the 8 ball, but they've pulled it out. Great bowling from Shane Gatgett, great bowling from David Delaney, and Mark Adair's final over really did put the tin hat on it and brought us right back into the game.
Yeah, nerves of steel from Shane Gatgett. You thought when he was swung away for that 6 off the 4th delivery of the over by Matthew Cross.